A lot of historians have sort of pounced on that and said, look, you know, it was very divisive. A lot of women had to put aside their feminism in the interest of nationalism. I think that's really been exaggerated, because what is actually happening is that of all the women, particularly who are on the first executive of Cumann, every single one of them, as far as I can see, apart from one about whom I can't find much information, was an active suffragist. They didn't put aside their feminism. They simply did both. So while you have this sort of public debate, you also have lots and lots of events on the margins where these women are doing things together. For example, suffrage meetings. Many of these women get together during a lockout to work together to help relieve the workers and their families. All sorts of other social activism at the time. There had earlier been through, when An Indian Heron was publishing its newspaper, Ban Heron, they had an interesting sort of dialogue with Hannah She Skeffington again, who was a very prominent suffragette at that stage. And she accused Sinn Féin and some of the other organisations of being auxiliary and so on. And it sort of turned into quite an interesting debate in the press. And a similar debate then happens after Cumann founded, where Hannah She Skeffington, I think, accuses them of being nothing more than receptacles for collecting boxes, if you like. She thinks they're just going to go out and collect money and not have any representation on the executive of the volunteers. And you do get another sort of repeat of this press debate, if you like. So yes, there are tensions, but I think they've been exaggerated. And what's more interesting to me than looking at these tensions is actually to look at the way that the executive of Cumann responded to them. They're outraged. They're actually outraged, some of these women, when they're accused of putting their feminism to one side. They write very strong letters to the press saying it's just not true. And this is people like Mary Colum, who's a strong suffragist, Elizabeth Bloxham, and various others who are well known in suffrage circles. And again, you know, the private letters we have seem to suggest that actually under all of that they're still getting on perfectly well.